Hurricane Ian tearing through Florida and making landfall near Cayo Costa, Florida as a Category 4 storm. Winds clocking in over 150 miles an hour, lashing at the coast. In Naples, fierce winds taking out power lines as sparks fly during a heavy gust. Water receding from the Tampa Bay and the Manatee River with dangerous 5 to 12-foot storm surges elsewhere.
155-mile-an-hour winds are incredibly dangerous. There will be debris in the air and flooding powerful enough to move cars around. If you're in those southwest Florida counties, you need to be sheltering in place.
As Ian creeps along, more than 2.5 million Floridians under evacuation orders. 30,000 workers are on standby to restore electricity after the storm. Here's another look of Ian from Fort Myers. Trees whipping all over the place, ferocious waves flooding onto land. And for what we know, this is just the beginning. Local 5's meteorologist Taylor Canus joins us now. Taylor, this is just stunning to see how fast this storm has gained strength.
Yeah, a remarkable storm. In fact, at its peak intensity, it was just 1 mile per hour away from being a Category 5. So it's really on that fringe. At least earlier it was between a 4 and a 5. Here's how it looks on radar right now. Very impressive as it moves inland across West Florida at this hour. A ton of heavy rain falling across that part of the state of Florida, no doubt about that. And we continue to have some very strong wind gusts. Currently 123-mile-per-hour wind gust at Punta Gorda. Meanwhile, Sarasota, 82-mile-per-hour gust up near Tampa, St. Petersburg. Not quite as bad with 60 to 70-mile-per-hour gusts at the moment. So this storm whipping around, no doubt about it. Here are the peak wind gusts we have had reports of so far today. 135 miles per hour near Cape Coral as well as in Punta Gorda, and plenty of gusts over 100 miles per hour with this storm in West Florida. Made landfall a few hours ago near Cayo Costa with 150-mile-per-hour sustained winds, and that ties fifth for the strongest landfalling hurricane on the U.S. mainland in recorded history. And one interesting thing about this landfall is it's the exact same location that we had landfall with Hurricane Charlie back in 2004. We'll bring in meteorologist Dave Downey here, and very interesting to see that. And we've had a lot of interesting visuals from this storm, not only the massive flooding, but this right here is Tampa Bay from earlier today, because we had strong winds pushing away from the bay, which actually kind of helped things out near Tampa today.
If all the water is going to go somewhere, it's got to be taken from somewhere else, right? And it got taken, you can see here, from Tampa Bay. It looked like what was going to happen in Tampa Bay was not going to be this, it was going to be the opposite. A couple days ago, it looked like Tampa Bay could get kind of a dead-on hit. There's plenty more rain still to come. Tampa Bay is going to see several more inches of rain as well as we progress this. You know, it made landfall a couple hours ago, but it's not like severe weather where it hits for a couple hours and it's done. Hurricanes are a marathon as opposed to severe weather is really a sprint. So
especially this one that's moving so slowly.
Yeah, only moving it off to the north around 8 miles per hour. Let's look at that futurecast rainfall total. Still plenty more rain left to come for places like Jacksonville. Almost 10 inches of rain also in Orlando, close to 10 inches of rain. But that's not really the main story. The main story is the storm surge. Look at all of these places across the southwestern parts of Florida that will see inundations, water up to 9 feet above the ground there off Charlotte Harbor there in Port Charlotte. If we move further to the south, basically along I-75 along the western coast of Florida, all of Fort Myers is going to see inundation 3 to 6 to 9 feet above ground level. All the way down to Naples, we've seen some bad images coming out of Fort Myers Beach and Naples as well. So what really is storm surge? Well, here we go. It's basically the ocean taking water from somewhere else. In that case, you saw it, Tampa Bay, and stacking it up 3, 6, 12 feet plus. There was a chance, I think some of this might verify, of storm surge up to 18 feet above normally dry ground. There is what we call an extreme wind warning up here in parts of southwestern Florida. That's where we could see wind gusts, hurricane strength, major hurricane strength, 110 miles per hour plus. Port Charlotte, Sarasota, there was a gust you saw over 100 miles per hour earlier as well. Hurricane warning still up. That extreme wind warning, of course, up for portions of Fort Myers, that southwestern part of Florida. Here's the track. Of course, it's got to go somewhere. So where's it going to go next? It's going to weaken into a Category 1 tonight, then push back into the Atlantic and make a second landfall either as a strong tropical storm or a low-end Category 1 hurricane in Georgia or South Carolina on Friday. Still plenty more to track. We'll do that coming up.